So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trauma Theory. Good morning. We've got big news because Aouar has basically completed medical checkups with Roma. This has caught us by surprise because no one was expecting it. Fabrizio Romano has stated on this, so I'm going to read his statement in a second. I'm going to read you an article, and it's almost a done deal. He has not signed his contract, which is something to understand. He has most probably underwent medical checkups in Rome because he was in Rome during Easter, and people noticed that he was in Rome during Easter and started questioning why he was in Rome during Easter. And then apparently he did have his medical checkups in Rome during the Easter period. And yeah, oh, why can I hear my voice in the background? Oh, yeah, because the point. So yeah, I mean, it's great news. It's great news because in 2 days we have renewed Smalling's contract and we have basically almost secured Aouar. And these 2 days have been crucial days. I mean, looking at where we are in the season, it's April and we've already renewed Smalling's contract basically, and we've basically almost secured Aouar in 2 consecutive days. I think Thiago Pinto is doing a great job, and I think something which we mentioned in yesterday's stream is that he's doing this now because he's sending signals to Mourinho, and nobody can hide that. Because if you show the manager that you've renewed Smalling's contract yesterday and you've basically got an Aouar out of nowhere because no one was expecting it the day after, it's great news for Jose, and I think Jose will like this. Obviously, today Jose will not care about this because we've got one of the biggest games of the season in a few hours. But this is something which obviously he'll reflect upon, and he'll make the decision of whether he wants to stay another year or leave. And I think the big thing here is that I love how this ownership works. I love how this ownership works because, first of all, it makes the summer window way more entertaining. Waking up, grabbing your phone and seeing Aouar completed medical checkups. Like, they love catching us by surprise, and they love doing things behind the scenes secretly. No, who was expecting this live stream today? I was definitely not expecting this live stream today. In fact, I basically left the Aouar updates where he was one step away from joining Eintracht Frankfurt. But we love doing things behind the scenes, and we've done things behind the scenes when we appointed Mourinho. We've done things behind the scenes when we appointed Dybala this summer, and I think it's something which the Fredkins love to do. We'll see more of it, and we've clearly seen it today. I'm going to start off by reading you an article which is coming from Il Corriere dello Sport, the biggest sport newspaper here in Italy, and then I'm also going to read you Fabrizio Romano's statement in a second, which he posted on Twitter. Let's start with the newspaper article. Roma are one step away from Houssem Aouar, the midfielder who is released on a free transfer from Lyon this summer. From Trigoria, they do not deny that there is interest in the player, and it is also strong. Roma want him. They are trying to overcome the competition from Real Betis, Eintracht Frankfurt and Napoli by offering the boy a 5-year contract with a salary of more than 3 million per season. According to many Roma sources, Aouar has already carried out a large part of medical examinations in the Trigoria campus. The anticipation of the newspaper Il Romanista does not find confirmations. It's been launched by many Roma sources, and Fabrizio has also stated on this. Aouar spent an entire afternoon in the campus, and the exams concerned, among other things, his ankles, which gave him large problems in the summer, and his knees. So he basically spent Easter in Rome. People noticed that he was spending Easter in Rome, started questioning why he was in Rome, and apparently he has gone through medical checkups in the Trigoria campus, which is also very significant. Because let's say Napoli are interested in him, then obviously he could have technically also maybe done the medical checkups for a Napoli move. But the fact that he has underwent medical checkups in Roma's training ground is definitely significant. I think Aouar will be the first signing of this summer because, look, I just think, first of all, why would he be in Rome? I mean, look, Rome is a great city, but Why would he be in Rome during Easter? Why would he get medical checkups done in Rome? And I think, look, he hasn't signed that contract yet, so it's not official, it's not confirmed. But I think we're getting there because the second he already took a large part of medical checkups means that Roma really care about this. Roma really care about this deal, and Roma really care about this deal because they've basically cut it off in April to avoid the competition of other teams. And if we anticipate everyone, something which we don't normally do, so that's a surprise too. We want to anticipate the competition because we find this player attractive. We've been following him since this summer. I already remember speaking about Aouar, and this is a player which Mourinho really likes because why would we be so interested in him to sign him if Mourinho doesn't like him? We have basically confirmed this deal in April. 2 months to go until the end of the season. Great news for the players, great news for our summer window, but especially the person who celebrate the most from this will be without a doubt Jose Mourinho, because if he, as I said before, knows and has seen that yesterday Smalling renewed his contract and today Thiago Pinto has basically secured Aouar, it means that Thiago Pinto is ready to do something big this summer. Obviously, win the brackets. When I say big, don't expect Vini Jr. and Mbappe to come. And then look, let's read Fabrizio's statement because he has commented on this, and when we have got someone like him commenting on this, then you know that there is really something going on. This is what he says. AS Roma are in concrete talks to sign Houssem Aouar on a free transfer. There is nothing signed or completed yet, but Roma are discussing terms with the midfielder. Eintracht Frankfurt made their proposal weeks ago, but nothing agreed at this stage. And yeah, I think, look, it's basically a done deal. I'm not going to call this a done deal because he hasn't signed that contract. I'm going to call it an almost done deal. I think he's a player we need. He's a player we need someone with his characteristics. Had it not be him, we would have definitely had to buy someone with his similar characteristics to put next to Dybala. Because this season we've been too dependent on Paulo Dybala, and we have clearly seen that when Dybala doesn't play or Dybala is not living the best of games, we lack creativity. And if you add more creativity next to Dybala, then you first of all are guaranteed more goals, and second of all, you're guaranteed less dependency on one single player because you're sharing the dependency among other players too. Another question which I'll answer, and then I'll end the stream, short stream today because then we have the big live watch along in a few hours. The one thing which I'll say here is, now that we've secured Aouar, this cannot be the end of our midfielder hunt. I don't think it will be the end of our midfielder hunt. We need more midfielders. First of all, I think buying Aouar, if Thiago Pinto just does a great job this summer, he would also buy another creative midfielder. Now that we've basically bought Aouar and that it's almost a done deal, I don't think buying another creative midfielder is the priority because we should prioritize the other sections such as box-to-box midfielder, maybe a new striker, new fullbacks, new goalkeeper, new centre-back. But if Thiago Pinto's feeling it this summer, if Thiago Pinto really wants to smash it this summer, I would not just depend my creative midfielder summer window on buying Houssem Aouar. Because if he's injured, then what happens? We're back to where we were before. Will this have impacts on Gini? I don't know. I mean, I think we also did this as a sign of precaution because we never know with PSG. I'd love Gini to stay, Gini would love to stay, and Mourinho would love Gini to stay, and Roma would love Gini to stay too, but nothing is confirmed yet. He is a Roma player, he plays for Roma, but he's a PSG player at the end of everything. So as much as Gini could stay, it's nothing confirmed. So I also think this is a precaution move. I don't think we have to stop here, and we cannot stop here. We need more players. We need more players, even in the creative midfielder section. Even now that we bought Aouar, we need more players. For example, now we bought Aouar. I would really also want Ziyech. And I know that's what a spoiled kid says, but I would love Ziyech in this team. If we can show the fan, if Thiago Pinto shows us that next season our creative section will be represented by Dybala, Ziyech and Aouar, then I'll be the first one to say we can compete for the league. I know it requires some financial effort, and I know that we have been targeted by FFP, but we have to do some sacrifices. If we add Ziyech to Dybala and Aouar, which is almost a done deal, I think we're in a great shape. Add a good box-to-box midfielder, add goal fullbacks, one goalkeeper, maybe a backup striker if something happens up front, if we sell Tammy or we not sell Tammy. It's just the start of the window. That's what I'm trying to say. We've bought him, great. But we have to continue. And I think the reason why we bought him now is one reason only. I mean, the only reason I can find behind Thiago Pinto securing Smalling's contract, basically El Shaarawy's contract, and Aouar's deal too, right now, 2 months prior to the end of the season, is because he's sending signals to Mourinho, 100%. And there's been a lack of collaboration between Jose and Thiago. If this collaboration grows, I think Jose stays without a doubt. But look, I'm going to catch you in a few hours for the live watch along. Definitely the biggest thing of today is the watch along. It's the game. It's not a war. Good, we bought a war, but the attention of today should not be on a war. It should be on a very important game. He'll be joining in the summer, most probably. A good partner with Dybala. Does this mean no Gini? Because right now he's not good enough to start, but great depth bench player. I mean, Gini is good enough to start right now. Only Jose can attract big names. Players, unfortunately, only the free transfer at the moment. Did Jose know about this, or is this a surprise for him as well? I think he knows this, but he can't obviously spoil it. He can't leak anything. I mean, Jose's the first one to have said, "Get me Aouar." So I think he knows about this, but as I said at the start, he does not care about this today because we've got a very big game in a few hours, and that is Jose's as much as the entire team's priority. How is his injury history? I mean, look, I'm going to read on it. I just wanted to go live today to share the news. I think the downgrade in his value is significant, but if we get him back to the kind of the era that he was a few years ago, we've got a great player. A few years ago, this guy was worth around 40 million. And I think Roma have got a pretty good avoiding injury, because look at Smalling. Smalling came as a Man United player. He played one game and he basically fell injured every game. And we've looked upon this. We've studied Smalling's body. That's what she said, but yeah. And now he's the player who played the most game throughout the entire season. So I think we can do something with his fitness 100%. Does these signings show Mourinho will stay? I don't know. A lot of questions about Mourinho. Ariel D. Black, it's been reported that Mourinho been contacted by Chelsea and Real Madrid. I'm not Mourinho. I'd love to know the answers to these questions, and I appreciate you guys asking. I love all of these contributions in the live chat, but I don't know. I mean, I'm in the same position as you. I'm not Mourinho. I don't know what he'll choose. I think the ownership is sending signals. He's got a 3-year contract. My opinion is that he'll stay, but again, I may be wrong, I may be right here. So I don't know what happens. We gotta go through this together, and we'll see what happens. I'll catch you later today for the live watch along. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Smash the subscribe button if you're new here. If you like Roma and all of these things, and also smash the like button in this video. Smash the like button for Thiago Pinto. Smalling's contract yesterday and Aouar today. The man deserves a like button. Do it right now for him, and click everything down below. Set a reminder tonight, live watch along. Don't miss it. I'll catch you soon. Simon.